Mythology explained? What's... I don't see that here. Okay.
Hey, have you ever wondered why things exist? Well, a few years ago, there were some people over here who had answers to that question, and they made poems and bowl art about it. And now they have a pretty active fanfiction community. I'm Jake, and welcome to...
That Hades?
About it. And now they have a pretty active fanfiction community. I'm Jake,
That is Hades.
welcome to... This is Greek Mythology. With Jake. Okay, so for a while there wasn't much going on, but then a few primordial deities started popping up. Earth was lonely, so she sprouted a bunch of sentient geographical features and also a sentient sky, and he was her favorite, so he got to be in charge of everything. And they had a bunch of kids together, but some of them were ugly, so their sky dad put them in jail, and that made Earth Mom sad, so she told her normal-looking kid Cronus to stab him. But nobody invented knives yet, so he just opted to neuter his dad with gardening tools. And Sky Dad was so embarrassed about this that he
Wouldn't
decided
that
to stop
also
being
make it a
important, and then
weapon?
Cronut got to be in charge instead, but Sky Dad's still up there being the sky, I guess. And Earth Mom was like, hey, are you gonna let your ugly siblings out of jail now? Because that was kind of the main reason I told you to stab your dad. But Cronus didn't hear her because he was too busy planning his incest wedding. But
Of course. Of course there'd be incest. Why wouldn't there be incest in Greek mythology?
then he realized, oh man, what if I have kids and they find out how awesome it is to usurp your father? And nobody invented birth control yet, so instead of not procreating with his sister, he decided to just eat his kids whenever they popped out, and that took care of things pretty well. But that made his wife's sister sad, so by the time she was about to have her sixth kid, Zeus, she devised a really smart plan.
What's Greek? What do you expect?
Newborn son so I can cannibalize him like I did with our last 5 children while you helplessly watched? Sure, here you go. Here is our son, our newborn son who I just gave birth to and am handing over to you right now.
Is that really what happens? Did she just like literally just give him a rock? that's that literally really? Well, that's crazy.
Oh, thanks. But little did he know, it was actually just a rock. The real baby was into a cave where a goat raised him, and they put on an EDM festival outside.
Oh no!
Making baby sounds and stuff. Once Zeus grew up, he was like, you know what sounds fun? Usurping my father. So he snuck some tummy ache juice into Cronus's coffee, and that made him
makes sense. That's something with
fully grown gods. And Zeus
is a fucking dick. I know that for a fact. This is something. This is something Zeus would definitely fucking do. No, no, his stomach is gonna explode.
Was like, hey, want to usurp our dad? And they were like, yeah, that sounds fun. And so began the epic 10-year battle known as the Titanomachy. But we don't actually know what happened for most of it because the ancient Greeks forgot to write it down. Or they did, but it was all in the Library of Alexandria or something, I don't know. But after fighting for a while, Earthmom went to Zeus and was like, hey, while you're fighting this celestial war, could you maybe let your ugly uncles out of jail? Because that was kind of the main thing I was hoping to get out of all of this, and they'll probably hook you up with some cool weapons and stuff. And Zeus and his brothers were like, okay, so they went down to Tartarus to set free the Cyclopes and the Hecatonkers. Nailed it. And they were like, thanks, it gave them a bunch of dope loot. And then they were finally able to kick their dad's ass, and they threw him and a bunch of the other titans into god jail. And Cronus was like, I'm realizing the irony of my actions because my dad suppressed his children, which led to his downfall, and then I did the same thing to my children, which yielded similar results, and now Zeus is probably going to face similar choices, and it's kind of this whole thing about cyclical abuse, and damn, the ancient Greeks really knew how to tell.
Now that I'm looking at it, this does just look like some sort like this just sounds like a cycle.
Relatable stories that captured the core of the human experience despite their seemingly fantastical subject matters, and people are probably gonna write a lot of like academic papers on this subject and unconsciously parallel it in their own modern stories, and blarg, I'm gonna stop being important now. Instead, Zeus and his brothers got to be in charge of everything. Zeus got to rule the sky and be boss of all the other lamer gods. Poseidon got to rule the ocean, and Hades got to manage all the dead people because he was the last person to say not it. But he got to name his office after himself, so that's cool. Meanwhile, their oldest sister Hestia got to be in charge of campfires.
Nope.
And that's about it, but she's doing a great job. Their
That's
middle sister
okay,
Demeter was
that's
still
kinda
wedded
lame.
to make plants grow.
Hades got
But after a
screwed.
messy custody battle with Hades, she started half-assing her job, and now we get snow sometimes. Zeus took a note from his old man and married his youngest sister Hera, and they had a few kids together, like Ares, god of war and bloodlust, whose hobbies include fighting things and getting his ass kicked like half the time. Their other son was Hephaestus, but he was ugly and had weird-looking legs, so Hera tossed him out the window, and he landed next to two mermaids who adopted him and gave him Legos to play with. He got really good at building Legos, so when he was older, he decided to get payback on his mom by building her a fancy chair and secretly coating it with super glue so she would get stuck. And Zeus was like, hey, sweet prank, you can sit with the cool kids now, son. By the way, I have a really bad migraine. Could you split my skull open with an axe real quick? Sure, Dad. And out popped Athena, goddess of wisdom, fully clad in battle armor. Oh, hi, new daughter. Why were you in my head? Remember that chick you hooked up with and then you made her turn into a fly and ate her? Wow, great story. Let's change the subject. I love my wife.
I did not know that story, by the way, but this makes me hate Zeus even more. I want to be in charge of campfires. I don't want to be in charge of campfires. Boring. Yeah, boring. Snore.
Turns out Zeus was quite
Triple
the lady
Z.
killer, and Hera wasn't a big fan of that. This one time, she found a girl's number on Zeus's phone and chased her onto an island where she
Why is
gave birth
Hera
to two twins named Artemis
is
and
Hera
Apollo.
just
Artemis thought boys were
canonically
icky, so
is Hera just canonically just a fucking peacock?
she decided to live in the forest with her friends to hunt magical animals, help deliver babies, and occasionally kill a giant or two. You know, girl stuff. Apollo, on the other hand, was quite the
That's a
socialite. He was tight
constellation.
with everyone. Ladies, gentlemen, goat people, oracles, sun gods, you name it. Want to chill and bang out some sick tunes? He's got you covered. Have a giant serpent problem? Apollo's your guy. Need to cure a plague or perhaps inflict one on your enemies? Say no more, compadre. Anyway, then there was this one human lady who Zeus was dating who started wondering if she was being catfished. So she was like, hey, how do I know if you're the real Zeus? So he showed her his Super Saiyan mode, which succeeded in proving his identity, but also in vaporizing her entire body, leaving their unborn fetus son wombeless and exposed. So Zeus stuck him in his leg to fit.
Imagine if just imagine if Goku was that to Chi-Chi. Was like, how do I know you're the real Goku? He goes full Super Saiyan and he just disintegrates Chi-Chi. Just leaving Gohan, just like Gohan's fetus on the floor. That's fucking horrifying.
Finished baking, and once Dionysus popped out, he went to go party with his goat friends, and he invented a bunch of fun stuff like wine and dolphins and blacking out at a rave and waking up covered in sacrificial goat entrails. Hermes was another one of Zeus's kiddos, and when he was just a little bebop, he ran away from home and stole a bunch of cows from Apollo. And Apollo tracked him down and was like, hey mister, what did you do with my secret cow stash? Whoa, you're banging out some sick tunes right now, bro. Thanks, I just invented this instrument out of a turtle shell and cow guts. Freaking sick, dude. And they were best friends ever since, and also Hermes got to be the god Celestial FedEx. Oh hey, remember that one time Cronus castrated his sky dad? Well, his junk landed in the ocean and it just kind of floated around for a fat minute, but then it decided to stop being a sky dong and start being Aphrodite, goddess of love.
What?
And she washed up on a beach and everyone was...
That's what? So that's is she technically a femboy? Hold up. If you're created by a sky dong, you're a sky dong, like you're big dong, fall into ocean, become most beautiful goddess in history. And also, if Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon are brothers, and Hades is married to Aphrodite. So you're telling me Hades is married to his he is married to his dad's dong. That is crazy.
was like, damn. And then Zeus made the out-of-character move of not fornicating with the new sexy goddess lady and instead betrothed her to Hephaestus because his Lego girlfriends could only heal his loneliness for so long. But Hephaestus saw she was texting Ares a lot, so he secretly rigged up a trap in their bed and caught them during one of their bi-weekly wrestling matches, and he called in all his friends to come over and laugh at them. So yeah, those are all the major Greek gods. They spend most of their time hooking up with mortals and then usually turning them into various plants and animals.
Of course, makes sense.
Solid, so always try to have a
obviously Greek gods were assholes.
Hey, have you ever wondered where people came from? Well, through gradual natural selection over several million years.
Okay, shut up. No one wants to hear about that.
Crap. I'm Jake, and buckle up, because I've got...
Hi, Jake.
We're doing some more Greek mythology now. So back when the Titans were in charge of everything, they made a bunch of people to chill with, and they had a pretty good time together, but then Zeus showed up, and he was like, hey, I'm gonna usurp you guys now. And Prometheus could see the future, and he was like, oh man, he's gonna usurp them. So he grabbed his brother Epimetheus, and they just vibed through the whole Celestial Revolutionary War. Whoa, Zeus just usurped those guys. It's a good thing we did not side with the Titans, or else we would have shared their fate. Well, yeah, that's the whole reason I told you... Ugh. And then when he threw away the old human race and started working on one of his own. Hey, Zeus, nice to see you're in charge now. So, I see you've made your own race of humans. That's pretty cool. You're pretty cool. Please don't smite me. Oh yeah, thanks. I think they turned out pretty well. So
we did not turn out very well.
Like 100 years?
We did not.
Give or take.
We did not.
Well, what happens after 100 years? Huh, I guess I didn't think about that part. So Zeus scrapped those humans, and then he started over. Hey, check it out, I made a new human race, and these ones only take like 20 years to grow up. Nice, so what else do they do? Oh, they just make stuff to kill each other with. The human 3.0 didn't get along very well, so Zeus took away their fire privileges, but that ended up just making them violent and also cold. Prometheus decided to help them out, so he stole some fire from Olympus and he started dealing it out to the humans, and he tried to keep it low-key. But then Zeus found a Snapchat account and shut down the whole operation, and Prometheus went to jail, aka being chained to a rock while an eagle ate his liver every day.
This is why you don't advertise your criminal activity, chap. This is what's gonna get you in prison. You're gonna be like him. You're gonna have a fucking vulture rip out... Wait, what does he eat? His liver?
And then operation, and Prometheus went to jail, aka being chained to a rock while an eagle ate his liver every day.
Okay, yeah, liver.
Like, how should I bring eternal punishment upon mankind?
Earliest drug dealer.
Oh, I know. I'll invent women. The stories of Greek mythology reflect the values of the ancient societies in which they originated. The inherently misogynistic overtones of this story have been preserved in our retelling for the sake of authenticity, but are not in any way condoned. While it is essential for a progressive society to be critical of harmful beliefs such as sexism, xenophobia, and all forms of hatred and bigotry, it is also important that we refrain from passing judgment on the individuals brought up in these past civilizations, as we ourselves
holy moly
from the generations that succeed us. So Zeus told Hephaestus to build a sexy human lady named
don't do crime. No, don't crime.
Dress, some gold jewelry, a cute flower crown, and a box containing endless pain and suffering to be released unto mankind for their sins.
Pandora's box.
Together. And Prometheus went to his brother and was like, hey, I need to warn you that Zeus is going to try to betroth you to a new sexy human lady named Pandora, but you shouldn't accept his offer because he's secretly planning to screw over the entire human race. And Epimetheus was like, okay, and then he went and married Pandora, and then she opened up her box.
Yo, Philip, come here. You know that chick you're about to date, right? Don't date her. I heard that she's gonna kill you. She's gonna kill you, kill your family, kill your dog, kill your future children that are not even born yet. Marries her anyway.
Oh crap! I should not have married you. Secretly a plan.
That's Philip right there.
The entire human race. And things got a lot worse for the humans because now they had stuff like disease and famine and spam mail. And after a while, Zeus finally decided to just pull the plug on Mankind 3.0 and started making a big flood to wipe them all out. And Yahweh was like, hey, that was my idea. Oh,
Yahweh?
Your idea, huh? Wow. How
okay, I don't know who you are.
Listen, you can't go taking credit for every single deluge myth just because you're getting paid. This isn't either of your pantheons. Get out of here. Anyway, Prometheus went to his son Deucalion and was like, hey,
imagine just fucking spraying God in the face with water.
The human race. Thank you, Father. I appreciate you using your foresight ability.
Deucalion! That's a fucking badass name.
You have No idea how much that means to me. So Deucalion shoved himself and his wife into a box, and they waited out the apocalypse together. And once it was over and they popped out, Pyrrha was like, ah, geez, I guess we're gonna have to repopulate the Earth now. Heh, nice. Except I don't think it's physically possible for us to do that all on our own. I mean,
so
we can still
Greek
try, though.
mythology?
Oh, hey, yeah, don't even worry about that. Just throw some rocks around and I'll turn them into people for you. It's all good. Oh, wow, that'll be way easier than procreating naturally. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Thanks, man. So after eating some rocks
Minecraft
around for
created
like an
a-
hour,
oh,
they spawned yet another human race, and these ones were actually
So wait, aren't these just villagers? Did Zeus just give them villager spawn eggs?
pretty cool. And they spent generations going on heroic quests and fighting glorious battles, and people made poems about them, and then some of them got written down, and then some Italian guys read them and were like, these are pretty cool, but the names sound kind of lame. And then some other people were like, hey, your magic stories are cool, but they're not as cool as our magic stories, and the Italian guys respectfully disagreed, but then a little later they were like, wait, never mind, those guys were right, but we're still gonna make lots of fan art about our old magic stories. And then several centuries later, a guy wrote a YA series that got really popular, and a kid in elementary school read some of it and thought it was neat, so it became his entire personality for like a year, and then he grew up and learned how to make moving cartoons, and he was like, hey, I should make some videos about
Oh, this is
mythology,
him.
like,
He,
do
this
my
is
own
its
spin on it with silly
self-insert.
drawings and my own kind of weird brand of humor, but I also want to actually put in some decent research into it so people will think they're funny, but it also might intrigue them to learn more about the subject because it's actually pretty interesting. And so yeah, that's pretty much all of human history.
Surreal Humanity by
Hey,
Jake.
have you heard that story about a plucky young hero with an absent father who goes on a magical adventure that ends with him saving a hot chick from a giant monster and then he gets to be a king or something? Yeah, me neither, but I have a feeling that kind of a premise would resonate with a lot
Legend of
people.
Zelda,
Let's see
just
if maybe
without the
someone's done
link,
it
just
before.
without the
It's
king
your old pal
part,
Jake again, back with some spicy new Greek mythology.
and the getting the
It's
girl
Perseus,
part
by the way. I'm doing the
sometimes.
story of Perseus, and I was being facetious about the whole, ooh, nobody's ever done a story like this before because it's actually a very common formula, and I think a guy wrote a book about it or something.
Norse
I don't know.
mythology
So there was
video
this
is
guy
my
at
favorite
Perseus
because
whose
I
two
am
favorite
I'm
things were having a
biased.
male heir and
Of
not being
course you're
murdered, but he
biased,
had
you're
only accomplished
Swedish.
one of those things, and that got him pretty frustrated. So he went to an oracle and he was like, hey, am I gonna have a son? And she was like, nah. Your daughter today will give you a grandson. Oh, sweet. Is he gonna inherit my throne? Oh, yeah, totally. Right after he murders you. Oh, cool. Wait.
Oh.
Stupid monkey's paw. So he tossed his daughter down a hole so she couldn't procreate. But then one day Zeus came strolling by. Do-do-do-do-do.
Of course Zeus fucking decided to stroll on by. Of course that motherfucker decided just to walk on by. Oh, look at this. This woman in a hole. Let me just procreate with this female specimen. God damn horny Zeus.
Oh, hey, nice. Hey, wanna bang? Sure. And then 9 months later, Perseus heard baby sounds coming out of the hole, and he was like, ah, crap, my daughter must have procreated with a horny god. And he figured it probably wasn't a good idea to kill the son of a god, much less a horny one, so he stuffed Danae and her son Perseus in a box and dropped them in the ocean, and was like, gee, I sure hope Poseidon doesn't let them die. It would totally be Poseidon's fault if they drowned in the ocean, right? Are we clear on that? That makes sense. And Zeus was like, oh, hey, it's that chick I hooked up with, and he guided their boat to the island of Seriphos, where a fisherman found them, and Perseus grew up there. But then the fisherman's extremely overachieving brother Polydectes was the king of the island, and he had the hots for Danae, and he was like, hey, wanna bang? Ew, no. Hey mom, is this guy bothering
Ew,
you?
no.
He is. I'll murder his ass
What
right
did
now.
I do?
No, everything's fine.
I
Don't
just-
worry about it.
what
Anyway, bye.
fuck?
And
What did
Polydectes
I do?
realized
I
he
just
needed to get
walked
rid
the
of Perseus,
fuck.
So he invited him along with all of his rich
No,
guys
you're not
over to
Zeus,
a
you're
party, and
Ren.
he was like, hey, guess what, guys? I'm gonna get married to not Perseus's mom. Yep, that's happening. Oh, congratulations, man. Here's an electric chariot made of gold as a wedding present. Yeah, and you can have my yacht made out of exotic animal bones. Oh, hey, sorry, man. I don't have any expensive gifts for you. I was raised by a fisherman, who's also your brother, but, like, not a prince for some reason. Oh, don't worry about it. Hey, why don't you just go on an
Yeah,
extremely
why
dangerous
why
quest to
aren't
retrieve
the
head of
brothers a
Gorgon
prince?
Medusa and not come back? Oh, alright, and Perseus left for his quest. Wait a second, who's Medusa? Said nobody, but I'll explain it anyway. So Medusa was this smoking hot snake lady, but then one day Athena caught her hooking up with Poseidon in her temple, and as punishment she turned her so ugly that anyone who looks at her gets turned into stone. So she went back to live with her two sisters
Okay.
and probably started a lucrative career making and selling lawn ornaments or something. So anyway, as Perseus said,
Honestly, not
and Athena showed up and were
not a
like, hey, I wanted
bad
to let you know that
company
you're
right
gonna need to
there.
go on a few
Just
side quests
your
first, but
buyers
I'd
might
love
be
your gear so here's some items to
might
get
become
started.
stone
Fine,
though.
thanks. First, Perseus needed to visit the Grey sisters for information. The three of them had only one eye that they had to pass around, so while one was handing it to the other, he swooped in and was like, haha, I got, oh god, it's wet. I don't know why.
Got your eye!
Ew. Let me guess, you want to make us tell you where you can find the nymphs so they can give you the loot you need for your quest? Yes, please. It's looking at me. Why is it looking at me? Yeah, okay. So to find them, you're going to want to go up to the... actually, could you just put into my Google Maps? I'm kind of bad with directions. I just follow the GPS everywhere. God, I hate zoomers. Alright, okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, ew. Can I have my turn with the tooth now? So then Perseus
The tooth!
gave him a cap of invisibility so he could infiltrate the Gorgon's lair undetected. And also a bag. A magic bag. So Perseus put on the helmet and snuck up on Medusa while she and her sisters were sleeping, using Athena's mirror to guide his killing strike. Huh, that was actually really easy. I didn't even need the invisibility hat for this. Hey, did you just kill our sister? Did you just kill our, mom? Well, this is awkward. Bye.
What is going on?
He was flying
What
over
is
Africa,
Greek
he noticed-
mythology even?
Wait a second.
What? Of course.
Oh,
Oh
hey, nice.
my fucking god,
I'm
of
so
course.
proud.
No,
Okay.
Zeus,
Hey,
no.
that's dope, but I'm actually about to get eaten by a giant sea monster. Ah, geez, that's a pickle. What happened?
Andromeda.
I got pissed off Poseidon. You know how it goes. Whew, yeah, that'll do it. You know what? Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Hey, would it be cool for me to marry your daughter if I kill the giant sea monster that's about to eat her? Yeah, that sounds fine. Tight.
Tight.
Sea monster, now I'm dead, blah. And so Perseus married Andromeda, and then he went home to finally deliver his gift to Polydectes. Oh, hey man, glad to see you're back safe. I wasn't trying to marry your mom or anything. Wait, did you actually get the head of Medusa? Yeah, here
Of
you go,
course.
man. Oh, oops. And then all of Perseus's problems.
Wait, did he actually turn to stone, or is that like the actual story? Or is that just a joke? You know, Ren is proud of his son.
At the hands of my grandson and enjoy watching my favorite semi-obscure low-contact team sport. Ah,
Oh.
stupid monkey's paw. Hey, are you extremely lonely? Of course you are. You're watching videos about ancient mythology. But don't worry, this story is a great guide on how to find a fulfilling relationship with minimal kidnapping.
Oh, he just
involved.
turned him to
That's
stone.
right,
Okay, cool.
Jake's back at it again with more Greek mythology. So after helping his brothers overthrow the Titans, Hades was rewarded with the honor of ruling the land of the dead. It was a pretty simple job.
Okay,
since
cool.
99% of people were sent to the fields of Asphodel, where they just kind of vibed forever. Or if they were a king and or did some sick heroic stuff, they got to party in Elysium. But every once in a while, someone would royally piss off the gods, and Hades got to come up with a suitably ironic punishment for their sins. But it was a lonely job, and his OK Eros profile wasn't getting much attention. Then one day he found Persephone on Instagram and started simping real hard. So he went
Of
to her
course he
father's
did.
house. Hey bro, I was just wondering if maybe I could get permission to marry Persephone? You mean your biological niece?
Oh,
Who's like centuries younger than you? Hell yeah, you can marry her, bro. Tight, thanks, bro. So when Persephone was out picking flowers with
that
her
is
friends, he waited for her to
insanity.
wander off alone and scooped her up.
Chris Hansen, where are you?
And started wondering where she
Zeus,
was.
why would you let this
He
happen?
noticed if he saw anything.
Why?
Okay, so don't freak out or anything, but Persephone got What happened to her? Okay, so you're freaking out, and that's what I said not to do. Just chill out. It's really not a big deal. She just got kidnapped by a horny death god. Okay, now that I say it out loud.
I'll fucking kill him.
Hey,
Oh.
you know, Hades isn't so bad. And she'll be married to one of the most powerful gods there is. What more could a young woman want to achieve in life? Am I right, fellas? Hey,
right.
yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Patriarchy. And Demeter was super bummed, so to
Patriarchy.
fill the maternal void in her life, she disguised herself as an old lady and got a job as a nanny for some rich kid. But unfortunately, things didn't work out because his mom wasn't a fan of her parenting methods. So Demeter revealed herself and told the kid's parents to build a big temple for her to hang out in so she wouldn't have to go back up to Olympus. But she spent so much of her time there crying and binging The Office that she forgot to make plants grow, which caused a bit of a problem for the mortals. And after a while, the gods started
she
to
did.
notice
The
that they weren't
Office
getting
is-
their
is a
usual
very
servings of
addictive
animal
show.
sacrifices.
Yeah, the
So
gods were
Zeus
weird.
sent them
God
one
is
by one to try
smashing
and
his
coax
sister.
Demeter out of her depression nest, but nothing seemed to work. So finally, Hermes headed over to Hades to see if he could work out a solution. Okay, so this guy Tantalus, total douchebag. He tried to trick the gods into eating his son, and I was thinking, alright, clearly food is the theme we're working with here. So I've come up with 3 pretty solid options for his eternal punishment. A, we have hellhounds constantly eating him alive, but his flesh grows back instantly, so it never ends. B,
Okay.
put him in a pool up to his neck and have a fruit tree above him, him, but when he tries to drink, the water recedes, and when he reaches for the fruit, the branches raise out of his grasp. Or C, we do the reverse
That's
of that,
horrible.
where he's constantly being force-fed, so he's just getting more and more stuffed and never gets to come up for air.
That's Homer's favorite
Which one do
hell.
you think sounds the most fittingly ironic?
Two.
I don't know. I guess any of them would be fine. I feel like you don't appreciate the art of this. Hey, sorry to interrupt this, but I was wondering if I could borrow Persephone for a minute. Demeter is kinda causing a global famine. Huh, that sounds like a real pickle. That could cause me a real headache since we're already near capacity here and the expansion renovation just got delayed. So I guess I better let you go back up to visit your mom and work things out. Wow,
This kind of wants me to, like,
I kind of
want to play Hades now after this.
Thing you've ever said to me. But before Persephone left, Hades stealthily snuck some pomegranate seeds into her mouth. Yay, my daughter's back. Now I guess I won't starve humanity. Also, what are you wearing, young lady? Mom. Well, I guess we'll just have to...
Mom, it's not a phase, Mom.
Doesn't forget to make plants
Zeus
grow
is
again.
married
Sounds
to
good
like
me.
70
Yeah, Hades is
fucking
kinda creepy,
women,
though I
dude.
do like his aesthetic. Aha,
Like a
not
million
so
women.
fast. Hate to ruin your reunion, but Persephone ate pomegranate seeds.
What?
Okay. Which means that she has to stay in the underworld with me. That's a rule. Yes, it is. So then they took the matter to Zeus, and after a lengthy overview of the official Hades...
The pomegranate clause
was required to spend a third of every year in the underworld with her husband. So now whenever her daughter leaves, Demeter retreats back into her pillow fort and doesn't let any plants grow for several months. But at least Persephone's Instagram following...
I'm guessing that's winter.
Hey, are you into strong, handsome, heroic, manly dudes?
We gotta talk. We gotta talk to Zeus, man.
Jake, and this is the
You gotta stop marrying his
not
sister, dude.
Hercules. That's what the Romans called him. And I'm sure people who aren't pedantic nerds will care very much about that distinction. Okay, so we all know Zeus loves the ladies, and the ladies... But one day, Zeus scoped out a total babe named Alcmene, who was already taken by
Okay,
a guy named
I
Amphitryon.
don't know this
Man,
story.
if there's one institution I would never dare to violate, it's the sanctity of marriage. Oh, I know. I'll just transform myself into Amphitryon. Then it will be totally fine. So then Zeus pulled some strings to make them
That's
last 3 times
insanity.
as long, and then went down to Alcmene.
Zeus
and
is
got
so
her. Oh, hey,
fucking
look, got
down
over.
bad.
Then Amphitryon came back home. Hi, honey. I'm back from my business trip. What are you talking about? You've been back since last night. You mean the night that was unnaturally long, likely due to some kind of supernatural intervention? Wait a minute. Aw, not again, Zeus. Whoopsie daisy. Not Again Zeus was filmed in front of a live studio audience. Anyway,
Not again, Zeus. I'm gonna start saying that as Zeus.
Which is actually a real thing.
Whenever I fucking see him, not again, Zeus.
Remembered Zeus's wife Hera wasn't a super big fan of her husband's extramarital lovers and their bastard children.
I wouldn't
She
either.
left the
Fuck.
Zeus baby out
I'd
in a
kill
field,
that
but then
motherfucker.
Athena scooped him up and brought him to Hera. Hey Hera, check out this random baby who you have no particular reason to hate. His name is Hera is super awesome and everyone likes her. Yeah, that baby's
Heracles.
pretty cool.
Oh,
Nothing about him
Hercules.
would suggest that he's a walking reminder of my husband's infidelity, causing intense feelings of inadequacy that I'll choose to take out on others instead of facing the fact that I'm in a deeply unhealthy marriage. Yep, totally. He looks pretty hungry though. Maybe you can feed him with those fat mommy milkers of yours. Sure, as long as you promise never to say fat mommy milkers ever again. So Hera's magic goddess milk gave baby Heracles a major strength and constitution buff, and then he was brought back home to his family. And then Hera realized she was duped, so she sent some snakes to take care of the brat. But he wasn't all that bothered by them. And thanks to his own stats, Heracles grew up big and strong.
Hercules, strong baby.
His only vice was having a slight temper. Very good, Heracles, though I noticed you started drifting ever so slightly.
Oh my
off
god,
around
he has
ball
roid
1.5.
rage.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere he tried to punch me, so as you can see, I instinctively acted in self-defense. That all seems to add up. Have a nice day, sir. Amphitryon started to get a little nervous.
Yeah, what are you
around
gonna
his
do?
stepson, so he
Even
sent
if you
Heracles to take care of the cat
don't
outside
believe
of the
Hercules,
leash,
what
but
you
he
gonna
still found
do?
plenty of stuff to
Nothing.
do, and he
He's gonna
decided to
beat
visit
your
the
ass.
thieves again to show everyone his fresh new fit. But along the way, he ran into some messengers from Mania. Well, hi, diddly hail and well met, travelers. What brings you to Thebes? Oh, we're coming to take some cows from the Thebans. Yeah, our king decided to take tribute from you guys every year because we can and nobody will stop us. Oh, I'll give you your tribute.
And then we tried to explain to him that this wasn't a valid form of payment, but he wasn't very receptive.
What? He
Androgeos,
broke
king of
it-
Mania,
he-
was
he
super
broke
ticked off,
your
so he
hands
launched
and
an
ears?
invasion against Thebes. And Heracles promptly handed them their asses. And the Thebans all thought he was super cool for this, so King Creon let Heracles marry his daughter, Megara, and they had a bunch of kids. And at this point, Hera was
Okay.
getting tired of seeing all the fame and glory he was getting, so she decided to completely ruin his life, as is her specialty.
Angry
Wow,
Ray.
I love having a beautiful, loving family. Actually, I hate beautiful, loving families!
He murders his
And
family?
Heracles was super bummed about murdering his family in a spontaneous fit of rage, so he traveled to the Oracle of Delphi to ask.
Okay, Hera, that's a little too
Yeah, so you
fucked
have a
up.
cousin
I'm
named
sorry.
Eurystheus who's
That's
king of
so
Tiryns, and he's
fucked.
kind of a douche, so as punishment, you have to do 12 labor. No, wait.
Of course, the incest marriage has the family dying, but the incest marriages, oh, they're okie dokie. They're just vibing.
It's a spoiler. Sorry, 10 labors of his choosing. And then after that, you can become a god. Whoa, really? Damn, I should have killed my family years ago. So Heracles traveled to Tiryns in Mycenae and met with his cousin Eurystheus to be assigned his 10 labors. Oh hey, Heracles, my favorite cousin who everybody likes more than me even though I'm the king. What can I do for you? Oh, I accidentally committed some homicide and now I have to do 10 tasks assigned by you to redeem myself. Oof, well, we've all been there. But don't worry, I'll make sure your 10 labors are super easy so you can go right back to being everyone's favorite descendant of Zeus in no time. Why don't you start by, oh, I don't know, slaying the Nemean lion? That shouldn't be too tough. Sucker. Okay, now what? How did you even kill that thing? Its pelt is supposed to be impenetrable.
easy.
Yeah, I noticed it wasn't bothered by weapons, so I just choked it until it stopped trying to claw my eyes out. Whoa, look everybody.
Yeah, Hera isn't a
He's
good
killed the
person either.
Nemean
She's
lion.
as bad
Man,
as
he's
Zeus.
so cool. I can't think of a single person as cool as him.
Yeah,
Not a
I
single
see
other
that
person comes to
now.
mind. Hey, Heracles, do you want to impregnate my 50 hot daughters? Okay. Next, you need to, kill the Lernaean Hydra. And this time, just meet me out front when you get back. So, Heracles
Meet me
traveled with
out
his
front
nephew
when you get
Aeolus
back.
to the swamp of Lerna where the Hydra lived. And he soon found that his typical brute force tactics weren't very well suited for this foe. But with Aeolus's help, he was able to discover the monster's secret weakness, fire. And once it was dead, Heracles used its drive.
Wait, was that really its weakness? It's fucking fire?
Then they went back to
I feel like that's
Eurystheus to present their
anything's
victory.
weakness.
Wow, nice work, guys, but since you received help, I'm afraid I can't stamp your card for this labor. What? You never told me that was a rule. Oh, I'm sorry. Are these the 10 labors of Heracles or the 10 labors of Heracles and his nephew? Technically, it's gonna be 11 labors now. You're not helping. Heracles' next labor was to capture the gold-antlered Cyrenian hind, but it was super fast, so he had to chase it around non-stop for a year until it got tired and gave up. And on his way back with it, he ran into
Imagine
the
running for a
Hey, what are
year.
you doing with my favorite magic deer? You better not hurt it, or I'll smite the shit out of you. Oh yeah, this isn't what it looks like. I just have to take it to my cousin. It's part of this whole hero's journey atonement thing, I guess. What are you atoning for? Massacring my wife and children. Oh, alright, just put it back when you're done. So he presented the deer to Eurystheus, knocking out another of his 12...
Just
10
burn it. That's like
11
everything's
labors
weakness.
so far. So after completing his third labor, Heracles was sent to capture the Erymanthian boar, which was causing some trouble in the city of Sophis. But along the way, he met a centaur named Pholus, and decided to take a break and hang out with him for a while. Thanks for dinner, man. What do you say we crack open a cold one and watch the game now? Oh, I'd be down, but all I've got is this special wine Dionysus gave me like 150 years ago. Talk about
The
bitches.
drunkard,
Pop
my
open.
favorite
I'm a little
Dionysus.
worried my cousins will want to share.
They
and
they
get pretty
cauterized the
around
heads he
alcohol.
cut
Oh,
off.
Don't worry, I can party with another
Oh,
centaur, too.
oh
Alright,
yeah,
you say so.
okay.
Wine, 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 wine.
That makes a lot more sense because now that it's cauterized, the heads can't grow back. Okay, that makes sense, baby.
Very much in handy. But he accidentally shot a centaur named Chiron, who
I was just
actually a
thinking
pretty
he
cool
burned
guy.
that motherfucker alive.
He did in another video. You know, at some point. Like, comment, subscribe. I guess you
Which I
guys
feel
have
that
had
also
enough
could have worked.
horsing around. Wow, that was crazy. These arrows must be super poisonous. Ow, I'm dead.
Oh! No, not Pholus! He was a real one.
This was a bizarre and needlessly violent detour. Oh hey, there's that boar I need to catch. That was easy. And Heracles finally brought the boar to his cousin Eurystheus. And his next labor was to clean the stables of the Aegean cattle in a single day. But he decided this task deserved some extra compensation. So he went to the cattle's owner, Aegeus, and offered to clean up his stables in a single day, purely as a good deed, in exchange for some of his cows. I'd like to see you try. Cool, thanks. Wait, what? And Heracles made quick work of those cow pies by diverting a river to wash the stables squeaky clean. But Aegeus didn't want to pay up for Heracles' service and kicked him out of his land. Damn wage theft. Well, at least I've knocked out another labor.
You can literally
Actually,
beat his
I remembered
ass.
a totally pre-existing rule where you can't try to receive payment for your labors. Gonna have to make up for this with a 12th one. Well, shit. What do I have to do now? See those birds by that lake? Yeah, go scare them. Make them fly away. That's it? I had
That's
to pull
easy.
this one out of my ass. Give me a break. So after that, and a few more labors involving the harassment of wild animals, namely a pissed-off bull and some man-eating horses, Heracles took a break to do some other fun stuff. He killed another centaur, he invented the Olympic
Oh, if
Games,
the
he
Hydra's
helped the gods
bleeding,
fight
it grows
some
back.
giants,
Okay.
He sailed around for a little bit with this guy named Jason, who I'll probably talk about sometime later. Like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon, tell your friends, kill your parents. He even helped Prometheus out of that situation with the eagle, which was a real Chad move. And
Hey,
before
Prometheus is free!
with each new adventure, his haters got increasingly mad. So when it came time to resume his labors, Eurystheus decided to ramp up the difficulty and
The
ordered him on a
Amazons.
perilous quest to the land of the Amazons.
Oh, okay.
Of the
Amazonians,
warrior
okay.
King Hippolyte. Hey, can I have that belt? Yeah, sure. Shit! To see her least favorite step bastard get another easy win. So she snuck in with the Amazons disguised as one of their own, and she told the warriors that Heracles was secretly there to kidnap their queen. Wow, I'm sure glad I was able to wrap up this labor.
They're gonna beat his
without
ass,
any
aren't they?
unnecessary bloodshed. Halt in the name of girl bossery.
Does she have a Glock?
You know, I'd love at least one labor that doesn't involve mass murder and or animal abuse. Funny you should say that.
What happened to
I went
Hera
a
there?
barbecue tonight, and I was hoping you could maybe pick up some steaks for me. Ugh. So for his 10th labor, Heracles was sent to retrieve the red cattle of Geryon, who lived on a faraway island called Erythea. It took Heracles a long
Bro,
while to
Zeus
travel
was
across
done
Europe
so
to get there, and
fucking
as the sun beat
wrong.
down on him, he started...
I would just, but I guess he's doing this for his family though. If it were me, I'd just fucking murder the bitch. Like, that's so
Get a
fucking,
little
that's horrible. Did you just shoot the sun?
Did you just try to shoot the sun? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, man. I've just been having a rough week. Oh, no, dude, I'm honestly just impressed. I've never seen a human being with the audacity to try to cap a celestial body. You know what? Here's some magic help for your troubles. Oh,
Hey, nice.
thanks. No problem. Anyway, I gotta carry on. I'm off to bring a massive heat wave to a village.
Maybe
of
this
poor
little
autistic
turnaround for
farmers.
good
I
for
love my job.
Heracles,
Later,
not
Hercules.
Herc.
Actually, it's Heracles in a Greek. Nobody cares. What just happened? Finally, he made it to the island of the
That's
Red
why
Cattle, which
Kratos
were
did
guarded
nothing
by
wrong.
A two-headed dog, a regular dude, and a dude made of 3 dudes. So yeah, he got to commit violence on
What?
quite a diverse range of life forms that day. His next challenge was bringing the cows, which conveniently all fit in Helios's magic cup, back to Mycenae. One of them ended up
They just-
itself up with a guy named Eric's cows.
They
And
just
Eric
fucking
told
fit in his
Heracles he
fucking
would
little
give the cow
fucking
back and
Stanley
fight
cup.
him in a wrestling match. I wonder how that went. Then when Heracles had almost made it back to Greece, Hera scared all the cows away with a fly, forcing him to snatch them back. Because if it
Motherfucking
wasn't,
Hera,
he'd sure
of
just let the cows
course.
suffer. But at last, after fighting tooth and nail to keep each and every cow safe and sound, he finally brought them to Eurystheus, just in time for him to slaughter them all in tribute to his favorite goddess, Hera. And finally, with his initial 10 tasks completed, Heracles was now left to do his 2 extra labors to make up for the ones his douchebag, I mean cousin, arbitrarily invalidated.
Okay.
So after completing 10 challenges, Heracles' 11th labor was to retrieve the golden apples of the Hesperides, which were guarded by a 100-headed dragon. Heracles wasn't in the mood to fight another giant.
100-headed?
So he headed over
Wait,
to
why
the
haven't?
Titan
Why
God
don't they
Apple.
write about
Hey,
this
yeah,
one?
look
A
at
100-headed
that.
dragon
Just
sounds
holding up the
good.
sky, as has
Cool,
been
really
my job
cool.
For the past 4.6 billion years, without any vacation days.
What
Hey,
monster is
this
that?
Actually supposed to be a god, so it's kind of weird that you have to hold it up. Oh wow, look at you pointing out something in Greek mythology that doesn't make sense. You're so clever and funny. Good job, man. Yeah, so I don't suppose you could maybe go grab me some of those golden
Heracles
apples?
should
I need to
snap
get
his
some for my
brother's
cousin
head in
Eurystheus.
half.
I murdered my family. It's a long story. Well, I have my hands full at the moment, but if you wouldn't mind holding this guy for a minute, then I could go get them for you. Sure, no problem, man. Ugh, wow. Okay, quick tip: lift with your knees. You would not believe.
He does not
And
care.
then once his chiropractor appointment was finished, Atlas came back to Heracles with 3 golden apples. Hey, so I was thinking, why don't you
Minecraft
hold on to that guy
apples!
for a little longer, and I'll just go to your cousin and drop off these apples for you. How's that sound? Oh, sure, dude. But you think first I could just grab a cushion for my neck real quick? Oh, totally, man. Yeah, it's a real killer on the neck, believe me. Cool. I'll be right back. Sucker. As soon as he gets back with that cushion, he'll be taking my shifts for the foreseeable future. Wait, where are the apples? And then Heracles completing his 11th labor.
Damn!
Good job, Heracles.
That's
You're always
insane.
labor. You've done a
These-
remarkable job not dying. Despite all probabilities. So now for your 12th and final labor, you have to, go to the underworld and bring back Hades' giant three-headed dog Cerberus. So Heracles headed into
Oh
the
man,
land
you
of
can't,
Death, and on his way
you
to Hades, he came
cannot
upon
touch
two guys
another
with their
man's
asses stuck in
dog.
rocks.
Come
You guys seem to
on.
be in a pickle. How'd you end up
You
here?
can't touch
What?
that good
We're
boy.
Theseus and Pirithous.
He's such a
Yeah,
good
there's whole myth about us and
boy.
how we got trapped here. Then why hasn't Jake made a video about you yet? Because animation takes a while, and I'll get to it at some point, okay? Like,
Damn.
comment, subscribe. Anyway, Heracles lifted Theseus off of the rock, and he escaped back to the world of the living. But the ground started to get angry when he tried to free Pirithous, so he decided to leave him be. Sorry,
That's
Pirithous.
no,
Finally,
not
Heracles came
Pirithous.
to Hades and asked for permission to borrow
Oh,
his dog.
Persephone changed
Sure, just
outfits,
as
of
long as you
course.
bring him back afterwards. Cerberus, you want to go on a walk? You ready for walkies? You want to go on a walk? Oh, you want to go on a walk. Well, it took longer than expected, but I think it's safe to say Heracles won't be coming back from this labor, which means I'm back to being the most popular descendant of Zeus. Hey, so are there more magical items or abominable creatures you want me to bring to you, or are we done here? We're good. We are so good. You are officially redeemed for your sins. Now please leave my property and take the giant hellhound with you. Thank you! And now with his conscience cleared for the murder of his family, Heracles decided to
He's a
take
good
second chance
boy.
with love. So
He's
he
a
battled
good
the river gods at the
boy.
hand of a lovely princess named Deianira. She
Go
was
ahead,
so
Dada.
lovely, in
Give
fact,
him
that
head
one
pats
time a
instead.
centaur named
Yes.
Nessos tried to kidnap her. But luckily, Heracles intervened before he could get away.
Oh!
Ow, I'm mortally wounded. Thanks.
Damn.
You're welcome. Wow, your husband is super cool. Yeah, he's pretty rad as far as husbands go. I guess I'm a lucky gal. I bet the ladies are all over him, so let me give you a tip. Sure, guy who just tried to kidnap me, I'm all ears. If you're ever worried he's gonna leave you for some other chick, you can use my blood as a love potion to win him back. It's definitely not actually poison. Sounds legit. Thanks, man. Alright.
Is that actually poison?
A little while
That's
later,
insane.
Deianira noticed that Heracles had an eye for another hottie named Iole. So she secretly rubbed the centaur's blood into his favorite shirt while he wasn't looking. But when he put the shirt on, it turned out that the rapist horseman was not as trustworthy as he seemed. And Heracles didn't want to live with a permanent poison debuff, so he said, guess I'll die, and set himself on fire. But then Zeus scooped him
Why
up and
not just
brought him
take
to
the
Olympus.
shirt
And
off?
after some sorely needed family counseling, he and Hera managed to work out their issues. And then Heracles was finally promoted to godhood and given immortality, so he could be celebrated for his exceptional heroism for all eternity. And that is, more or less, the story of the great hero Hercules. Wait, shit, now I did it.
He could have just taken off the shirt.
There are surprisingly
Well, that was an interesting video, but I think this was a perfect time to perfect like time to cut the stream off. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream, everybody. Thank you for coming in. We played a little bit of Balatro. We played a little bit of Avowed. We learned some new things by watching some Greek mythology. I also want to thank you guys. I also want you guys to check out the YouTube channel because I might be uploading this to the YouTube channel in a couple hours, maybe. Need something to upload. Just need to edit this, but hope you check out that YouTube channel for more videos in the future and join that Discord to meet a wonderful group of people. It's almost Nezumi's birthday soon, so I hope you're excited for that. I'm planning something big for Nezumi's anniversary from her big debut. Anyways, have a wonderful day or night depending on where you are in the world. Philip, you take a shower because we don't need you getting sick. Wavy, I'll see you in a bit. And Zeus, stop fucking your sister. This is Nezumi. This is Nezumi signing out for today. You have a good one.
まだ道